Let's go. Yeah.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome back to Top Boxing, the channel you come to for the other perspective. So let's talk Canelo Charlo, Jermell Charlo. Okay. Well, we're not even going to discuss that. Why it's Jermell and not Jamal? Okay. And if you're on this channel, I'm assuming you already know which one is who. Okay. So we won't go into that. I'm actually going off the top of my head. I have a few notes. Okay. I have a few notes. And I'm actually going off the top of my head. They are a little bit incoherent. So this is really my first time. I put something out earlier, sort of a preview to this post. Just some of the things that's been said, some of the workouts side by sides between Canelo and Jermell. Inserted Bud in there a little bit. So my main thing is before I start to ramble is no one asked for this fight. At least not Jermell and Canelo. We always thought it'd be the bigger brother. Both twins, but the bigger brother being Jamal. Okay. For whatever Jamal is going through, we wish him well. So Jermell has to take the mental and run with it. So having said all of that, Jermell it is. I guess better one Charlo than no Charlo, right? Coming from 154. Now, everything I'm going to say will probably will be revisited later before the fight comes on. Because there's a lot of things I normally like to see. I normally like to see how the guy looks on his workout, the mindset, and what was going on there. For Jermell, it's more about how he feels in. He's going up. Seems to be, from watching him lately, getting some muscle mass. He has of course, Canelo is not the biggest guy, but he is wide. He's got a pretty decent frame on him. Okay, so those are the things I'm looking at as we get closer to the fight. Canelo seems motivated just to move in Canelo's camp for a second instead of just, venturing on Jermell. Canelo seems motivated, as I would be. Both men really seems motivated for whatever reason that they have to be motivated for. For Jermell, I'm just going to go say it. This fight, I don't know how long it's been in the works. It seems like he's always brought up Canelo's name. But as T-Bud starts getting closer to 154, it seems like he was more motivated to make this Canelo fight. So what has to happen now and not his brother, that's a whole other question. So, and for Canelo, where was he going to go? Okay, he's not fighting Boo Boo. So we land on Jermell. I know I wasn't asking for this fight. So both men have motivation to go where they went. Running or scared of anyone else, but you don't have to be a rocket science to see the motivation there to go the way that they went. Okay, so and I'm going to say these are the things I'm going to be looking for. Again, on Jermell's side, how does he feel in this weight? Getting a lot of muscle mass. I don't know how that helps. He's going to need to be able to absorb a lot of punishment because Canelo's the kind of guy that's going to hit you on your arm, your hips. He's hitting you everywhere he can, okay? So that remains to be seen and how he feels in. I think the second thing I'm looking for Jermell is a mindset. Okay, do you just want to be in a room or do you want to be present and accounted for once you're in that room? Meaning, once he's in the ring, does he just want to show? You know what? When I first saw this fight, what it reminded me of was Kell Brook daring to be great, going to fight Triple G. And that's what it reminds me of. And Kell was doing really well in the first part of this fight. Matter of fact, I'm not going to say he was dominating Triple G, but he was giving him the works until he got hurt. And the rest is history. And we saw what happened to Kell Brook after that. So I'm not saying that's going to happen to Jermell. I'm just saying history have given us some things to look at. And there's been cases where the smaller men have moved up and have won, and have done well. So, we have both to look at. And what's different about this is Jermell, his state of mind, and Canelo's state of mind. Okay? Canelo just came off a not so great performance against Ryder. The last thing Canelo wants to do is have two bad outings, two in a row. So Canelo is not just motivated because it's Charlo. He's really coming off a fight that wasn't so stellar. It wasn't Canelo-like. In his European tour, he's been stopping just about every European fighter. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So I'm not concerned. I don't want to say that. I want to see how, as we get closer to the fight, for me, I look at the body language. I look at the interaction between the fighters. I don't think the angry thing is going to work for Jermell in this fight. I think what's going to work for him is being cool and collected, have an answer for everything Canelo does. There's only one Floyd, but if I had anything to tell Jermell, I would tell him, go look at how Floyd fought him. It's the middle of the ring. It was making him respect him early in the fight, taking control of the fight, being the bully, and when he wanted to, take a breather, he'd be on his back foot. But for the most part, probably 85-90% of that fight, Floyd was on his front foot. He was, to what seemed to be the bigger man that night. And I don't think anyone saw that coming. So, you can back up Canelo, but he has to have some respect for your power, like Triple G. I think that's two great fights. He has to be ready to switch gears, to fight more than one way, as most Derrick James fighters do. They have one way to do things. That's the only way. They're going to have a plan B and a plan C. So that's what I would tell Jermell as he begins his march for Canelo, that he has to have more than one game plan. He has to be able to. He's pretty good, actually, on fighting on his back foot. It's pretty decent. Sometimes you can catch him on the ropes, and I think that's his Achilles heel. T-Bud like to get the respect of Canelo in the first few rounds, because if he can't get his respect the first few rounds, that pressure is going to break him. And we saw. I think it was about, what round was it, against his last fight against what's his name? God, I forgot the gentleman's name. His last fight, you could see how the pressure started to get to him somewhere around the third or fourth round. So I don't know why I can't think of the name. I'll put it on here. So you could tell the pressure was getting to him, and it started to close a gap on him, and it started to get touched up a little bit more. So I'm curious as to how he handles the pressure. I don't know if he'll be able to turn Canelo. Don't know if he'll be able to push Canelo off of him. nor would I advise that because, Canelo has those hooks, he has those uppercuts. So, and that's where I think Jermell doesn't excel well in that close quarter fighting. He doesn't like it. Most of those Derrick James fighters, you have to be at the end of their punches. That's where they feel most comfortable. They have to have distance to work, and Canelo's whole goal is to close down distance and into a bombs. So it's an intriguing fight, and I look forward to seeing it. Do comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know if you want me to do another one as we get closer to the fight. But I think it's too close for me to pick one. If I had to lean on somebody right now, it'd be Canelo. He's a more experienced, more proven guy, even though Jermell is undisputed at 154. But I'm assuming there's weight classes for a reason. And that's a hell of a way to climb up to see Canelo. You can say a lot of things about Canelo, but it's about his craft. So let's see how this plays out. I think I'll make something. I might wait either before the weigh-in, after the first conference. Maybe I'll put something out. I'm curious to see what the body language is saying on those two gentlemen. I'm curious to see if they really truly believe what they're saying. I'm curious to see what that energy is like between the two of them. So until then, this is Top Boxing. Hope you come back and see us. It's an intelligent channel, and sometimes it's going to be mostly positive. I know that doesn't sell, that doesn't get views, but this is what it's about. If you're about positive, if you're about strategy, if you're about thinking things through, this is a channel for you. And if you like what we do here, consider sharing and subscribing to the channel. Hope to see you again. One love.